He's not. This one. No, the video's not on.
Does everyone have Scratch open?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with you guys can make your sprite or upload a sprite of a shark. So
Sure.
that's what I have.
Hi, Shark.
And you guys can go ahead and get a background of the ocean. And if everyone could just let me know when you guys have your first sprite and your background, that would be great. Does everyone have Scratch open and they've added a shark?
How do you add the shark?
Okay, so can you see my screen? Okay, so down at the bottom right corner, there's a little cat face and it says choose a sprite if you hover over it. And then there's a little magnifying lens and you click on that and you can type in shark to get the shark.
My hammerhead. Hammerhead. Hammerhead shark.
Okay, was everyone able to get their shark?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna code some stuff for the shark. So what button can we use, or what event can we use to make something happen right when the game starts, when the green flag is clicked? Yeah?
One flag click.
Yeah, so everyone can go ahead and put in the when flag clicked. And what we want to do is we want to set a score equal to 0 and have it go to a certain position. Does anyone want to show or say what blocks we could use to make it set a score to 0 or to a score to 100 and go to a certain spot on the screen? Anyone have any ideas? Yeah.
Variables.
Yeah. We can use variables to set a score. So do you want to show us how you might want to create a score variable?
To go to variables, the dark orange circle.
So does everyone want to try that for a few minutes and then we'll come back and see? Was everyone able to set a score variable? Or do you guys need some help?
Which variable are we supposed to use?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Which variable are we supposed to use?
Well, you can create a variable, so you can go down to the control, down to the orange where it says variables, and then you just make a variable. Are you able to find that? Oh. Does everyone want to share their screen so that we can see where they're at?
Bip, 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 bip. If is it?
Shelly, do you want to share your screen?
Beep, 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 beep,
Guys, has everyone done it, or do we still need some help? Min, do you want to share your screen? Or Shelly, or anyone share your screen?
Tell her Shelly is Min. Min, tell her that Min and Shelly are you. They have two screens on. Min, you need to say that. Put in chat. Huh? Okay.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm using two devices.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Do you want to share your screen? Like the scratch window?
You need to answer. Did you answer? So I went to make a variable and then I typed score here, then I pressed OK.
Okay. And
then I got this, and then since there's already zero, I put in score here, and then I put it here and put it here, and you can move, and in the map, you can move this thing around unless you're not in edit mode. You can only move this while in edit mode.
okay. So since you made the score variable, we can. So do you see how there's two different costumes if you click on the costumes button for the shark, like right next to code?
I deleted one of the costumes because I just wanted the hammerhead.
Oh, okay. Is there a way for you to get that costume back? Because we're gonna have it move, so we're gonna have it switch between two costumes. You can just type in shark and it'll come back.
Well, the two costumes are kind of different.
Click on shark B.
This is the costume that I have.
Okay. Then maybe you can use shark 2 because that one has two costumes that are kind of the similar ones.
There.
Okay, and so once you have that, we want the shark to, we want it to like open and close its mouth. So we can save all those costumes. Do you know how you would switch between the two costumes continuously to make it look like it's chomping up and down?
What?
Do you know how to switch between the two costumes in the code? Do you want to try doing that?
Switch costumes to. So the switch costumes too.
Yeah.
I just got there. Those are all.
Is everyone else at that point too? So how do you think we should switch between those costumes? Like what should we put in the code?
What are you trying to make?
Well, we're trying to make a shark and fish game where the shark will continue to open and close its mouth and try to get other fish. We're going to make other sprites for different fish that are going to float around. And every time it gets a fish in its mouth, it's going to increase the score. But if it touches something like a jellyfish, it's going to lose the points.
Oh.
So we want to, sorry?
Okay.
Okay. So how do you want to make that? Do you know how to make it move, the shark? Like the costume?
Whatever.
Okay.
Wait. 0.5. I want to see how that goes. Yeah, too fast. I forgot the weight over here. Maybe I should put that weight after. Jump. Jump.
Yeah, perfect.
Jump. I think that.
Does everyone have that? Does everyone else want to share their screen? I see there's one more person. Do you want to share your screen? Okay. Okay. Well, we also want the score to start off at 100, so we can update the value to 100.
So we turn this into 100. Wait, so we start with the 100 score?
Yeah, and then you gain points, because if you start at 0, then you'll lose points. You'll go into negative if you touch something that makes you lose points.
Well, if we put a F and then do some code, we might be able to make it. So if we start it at 0, if it goes to negative, then it goes back to 0.
Yeah, we could do that.
If it's less than 0, then set score to 0.
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
This if already the flower has weights, so we're gonna need a different one. To do it like that. We could do it like that.
Yeah, you could, and then you could set the score back to 0 on the first set of yeah. And we want the shark to start at a certain location. What can we do to always have it start at 0, 0 on the
Go
on the
to
screen?
0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now that we have our shark, we want it to be able to move based on what keys we press. So do you guys know the sensing tab? It's kind of light blue. Does everyone see that? It's a tab that says sensing. Can everyone go to that? Yeah, perfect. So we want it to do something based on what key we press. Do you see the key space pressed? Oh, okay. It's back on the sensing.
Do you think we should use enough of this in that or put it in here?
You want to do what? Sorry?
Should we put the move ifs in here? Should we put the should we put the move ifs in here or create another event?
I created another event just so that it's organized for me, just so that I can see all of the movements in one place.
I usually like going with WASD. No, there's W.
Oh, you want to use WASD? Okay.
Not in the F. No. Hey, not in the F. ASD.
Okay, so what should it do if we want it to go up?
Okay. If it does W, if you click W, change Y by. Let me see how much that is. Maybe. Let's see. I'm too slow.
I just had it changed by 10 if you want to do that.
And duplicate for S -5. So it goes down. And hump, 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 hump.
Okay, and what about the other two? Which one are we going to change for the other two keys?
Change X.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's positive. Okay. So D would be positive. Is that too small?
Well, yeah.
Chomp.
Oh, so you got it to move.
It's eating the coral.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we have our shark, we're gonna add a few more fish. So you wanna go ahead and add some more sprites, and
We can just do.
if you just search up fish, there's like 4 different fish.
There's a ton of different fish. So and then you can do random costumes. But I think the fish is way too big. A fish is way smaller than the shark. So change these.
Yeah, I just set the size to 50 if you want to do the
Mine is 45.
Oh, okay, sure.
I think I'm gonna put the shark on front layer. So I'll put that in there. It's eating a fish.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna kind of code for multiple fish, so we can add a bunch of different fish. There's some different designs.
With the fish, we can do is random and then set costume too.
Okay.
And have it move around in the water. We can we can do clowns. Not too many at once. Not too.
Well, we want it to start at a random position each time. So what
for the costume and go. Wait. It fell. It fell. How many costumes are there? Sorry.
Okay. Well, for this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use different types of fish, so we can create different costumes or like different sprites for each different look of the fish. So you can go ahead and create more sprites.
I feel like I just want to do one sprite for the fish because I don't want to coat all the fish.
Okay.
Costume. And this fish has a variety of costumes. So, fish A, fish B, fish C. Go to random position. Sensing. Not sensing. Equals. 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 Random. Random. Random.
So do you want to explain why you're like how the picking random is gonna help you?
Because I put like it picks a random number between the numbers I put it, and then I put it equals, and then I put it at the max number. But if it doesn't and this, it picks random 1 to 4. If it doesn't equal 4, then it goes on from picking random 1 to 3.
Okay, yeah, good.
And then here, pick random 1 to 2. But since it's only 4 costumes, then we don't need pick random 1 to 1, because if we did a pick random to 1 to 1, it's always gonna choose 1.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a waste of time. And then they put the go to random position after the show. Ooh. Fish are appearing. But
Mhm.
it's random position. Appear.
Okay, so how do we want to make them move?
And then glide to random position.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna see how this.
Yeah, perfect. So you have all the fish going around. And we want it so that if the shark touches it, it disappears. How do you think we can do that to make it disappear every time the shark eats it?
Okay, so here, remove the forever and make it a repeat until touching shark.
My shark is slow.
And then it put a change store by 1. And then you can delete the my variable because you don't need it. So
Okay.
change square by 1. And then go to control. Delete. Jump. Wait.
So it looks like it deleted more clones than you had. So you have a little empty statement there. So
Because I'm gonna see if I can change it.
what do you want to change it to?
Like I wanted to make like just to move one step or something to check if it's moving the shark, then another step, instead of gliding. So then because sometimes with the gliding, if the shark touches a fish while it's gliding, then then the fish disappears after it finishes gliding.
Okay, so do you want to, instead of having gliding, do you want to just make all of them do move steps?
Yeah. I'm just not sure how to make it check. Just move one step and check if it's touching the shark, and then if it's not, do the same thing again. I'm just not sure how to do that.
Okay, so that would be an if statement. So we would have if touching shark 2, it would, if not touching shark 2, it will continue to move around. And else would be if it's touching shark 2, that's when we would have it disappear from the screen. So you need an if else statement.
Okay. But how are we gonna make it repeat?
We can have it on forever.
Right, but you can't have things after forever.
You can't, sorry, what?
You can't have anything after forever. You just have to start another.
Well, you could put the change score by 1 and then inside the if touching.
Here?
If it's touching, we want to increase the score by 1. So keep it inside the if statement. Yeah. Oh, well, do we want it to touch the edge or do we want it touching something else?
I thought I pressed track too.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
No. It's just that I want it to move one step, check, really fast, check, a few times. Like move 1 second, check.
Oh, I see.
My shark's moving really slow.
I forgot to point them. And now they're all going into the egg.
Yeah, you can just have it glide to or go to a random position.
Why is my shark going really, really slow?
I'm gathering a bunch of fish.
Yeah, but if we do the mouse pointer, that would kind of defeat the purpose, right? Because they'd all just go towards you.
But there is no whatever. One in direction.
Why is my shark going so slow?
0 to 0. How are you gonna work Wow, that's actually crazy.
What are you gonna do if it's stuck on the edge, like one of those fish right there in the left corner?
I'm just.
Is there something we can do if it's on the edge?
My shark is. Why is my shark moving so slow?
Who said that?
That's great.
Sorry, whose shark is moving slow?
Maybe I'll put it itself in here.
If your shark is moving slow, you can just decrease the time between each costume change. Do you want to show that part of the screen?
Yeah. Oh.
Do you want to share your screen if you had issues with the movement?
It's like Frisbee fish. Frisbee fish. Frisbee fish.
Oh.
Frisbee fish.
Yeah, and you can go ahead and click to share the window. Okay. And you want it to move faster?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
If
can
I
just,
just move it, it's just gonna move like really slow.
you can decrease the wait time so that it'll change costumes faster.
So what?
You could have it like 0.2 if you want it to go that fast. And you could do it on both.
Thump, 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 thump,
It's still going really slow.
Okay.
thump, thump, thump.
But I think the speed that you have it is fast enough.
Okay.
Were you able to make the other fish move?
No.
Okay, so why don't you click onto your fish, the striped one? Okay, and what do you think it should? What do you think our first command should be? Maybe do we want it to go to a certain position? So we need to have it start at a certain time. So you can go ahead and put the when flag click, so that way it'll happen automatically once you start the game. And then the go to will tell you what position it should go to. So that's one of the blue ones. Well, yeah, I had it go to a certain coordinate. So I had it. Yeah, and then so the x coordinate you can set it to 200 because and for y we don't want it to always start in the exact same place, so we're gonna have it do a random one. Do you know how to make it random? Mm-hmm.
This is too hard.
Okay, so yeah. And you can just have it go from negative 160 to 160. And we always want it to be moving, so how do you think we can make it always move? Yeah, that's what I was about to say. And we want to have it move around, so we can have it glide to to a random position. That way it'll always keep moving.
What's here?
Okay. So what should we do if it touches the shark? Or what do you think we should do if it touches the shark?
It should like disappear.
And we also, did you create a score you created a score variable? So for the shark side, we want to update that score variable because he got the point. And we also want to make the fish hide. So you can go ahead and you can make a variable. So do you know the variable, the orange variables button?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the left side. Oh, yeah. First, what you want to do is create a variable, though. So, oh, you already made the score variable.
This fish is way faster than the shark.
Sorry. Could you repeat what you said? I didn't hear you clearly.
The fish is way faster than the shark.
Yeah, you can. If you want it to go slower, you can. But maybe you don't need that many zeros. So okay, and when we want it to touch the shark, we want that fish to go away. So do you know how to make it go away when it touches the shark? We'd use the hide button.
What?
We can use the hide button to make it go away. So it's one of the purple ones under looks. Go up one more. Yeah. So hide will make it go away. Okay. And we also want to change the score. So we can go into the variables and change the score. Okay.
Why is the shark moving? Oh.
Okay, and you can add other fish and do the same with those.
Why is the shark going so slow? What's your shark at?
My shark?
Mm-hmm.
What about my shark?
What is the speed at?
The speed for my shark is, it waits 0.5 seconds before changing the costume. So that's what yours is too, I believe. Yeah, that's what yours is too.
What about these? This is really slow.
For mine, I just had them change by 10, but it's up to you.
How fast
Did
are
you-
your sharks going?
Meet me. Meet me. Meet me. Meet me. Meet me. Meet me.
Shelly, are you all done with yours, or do you need any help anywhere, or do you want to move on?
I just need help with my fish movement.
Okay. What part are you not getting?
I left it on. I left the game on for a while, for so long that there's so many fish now. I forgot to turn the game off. Anyways, but I do need to help.
The fish isn't touching the shark.
Oh, okay. Whoa, okay. Try stopping the game and restarting, or like press stop.
I just made the shark eat the fish off. I'm not sure what to do with the movement. I'm just not sure what to
They're
do.
not eating it.
I'm not sure what to do with the movement because with the gliding, if the shark touches the fish while it's still gliding, the fish only disappears and here's the store once it's done. When it's done gliding to the position.
Okay. Did you? Okay. Let's see.
I'm not doing the jellyfish yet.
Okay. Can you go up to where the part where you show what happens when it touches the shark? Do you have that?
No.
Okay.
I deleted everything with the movement. I just didn't know what to do. Not sure.
Okay. So it looks like yours aren't moving when you do that. Yeah.
No, I just don't know how to make. I'm just not sure what code I should use for the fish movement. Like I don't know what. Like I wanted to like move somewhere, but if the shark touches it while the fish is moving, then it disappears at the same time the shark touches it.
Okay. So you can do a forever and then have if touching.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I have
Yeah.
an
And you
idea.
see the.
I think I have
You,
an idea now. I think I have an idea now.
okay.
Wait.
What do you want it to do? So instead of forever, you're gonna have a repeat until.
Actually, I'm not. I'm just not sure. Actually, I think my idea won't work. Like, I'm just not sure what to do.
Okay. What are you trying to do? Or
Like, a fish like move one step or something, then and check if it's touching the shark. If it's not, move another step and check if it's not. check if it's touching the shark, and keep doing that until it's touching the shark. But I only want it. But I only want it to move. But I only want it to the fish to turn when it's
When you're on the edge. So you can have it
I
bounce.
only want the fish to turn after it checks after it moves one step and checks if it's touching the shark a few times.
So you could do an if-else statement. So if it's touching the shark, it'll switch direction.
What?
You can have it if touching shark, it'll switch direction, or else it'll just continue going the same way that it was going. Is that what you wanted?
No. Like, I still want the fish to disappear when the shark eats it.
Well, you would say then if touching shark, it would hide then. Yeah?
The fish isn't hiding when it touches the shark.
No, like,
The fish isn't hiding.
I do delete this clone, not hide. Hiding, it might still keep the like, hiding might, I don't want hide because when there's too many clones when there's too many clones on the screen, then clones stop spawning. And I don't want that to happen.
Okay. You could just make a bunch of individual fish instead of having a lot of clones. That way you don't get overflowed with them.
The fish doesn't disappear when it touches it.
Do you want to share your screen?
It is shared.
Okay. I see. Okay. Instead of glide, you can have them move straight across from the right to the left of the stream. So, for the fish. And yeah, you can just have it move 10 steps every time. Try hitting stop and then restarting it.
Now my shark won't move.
Is that you moving it, or is that going with the cursor?
It's supposed to be WS.
You can have it move -10 steps, and then have it glide. to a random spot. And we can have it do,
Oh,
so to prevent it from like stopping once it's reached that end, we can have it bounce. Yeah, oh yeah, like that.
ooh. It's very simple. But it's not disappearing when it touches the shark.
Let me see. Can you go to where your code is? Like, go to the. And can you go to the shark's code?
Was I supposed to do something new?
Try instead of if the shark touches, instead of the fish touching shark, try if touching fish on the shark's code. Like, when flag clicked forever, if touching the fish, if touching fish.
Where is it?
The when flag clicked under events. So scroll up a bit. Yeah, keep going up. And then yeah, when flag clicked. And then if touching, so an if then statement. Oh, I think you skipped the touching. Yeah, it's up at the top.
What do I hide?
Try updating the points first to see if it's even working when we touch it.
What?
Don't hide anything because you can't hide on this side, but try just updating the points to see if it even works or if it's even sensing that it touches the fish. So go onto motion, or not motion, sorry, onto variables. And
The shark doesn't move.
hit the stop button and then run it again.
The shark doesn't move.
Okay. Try creating a clone of the fish first.
I didn't create a clone.
So there should be a button that says, 1 second. Okay. So you can create a clone. It's under the orange ones in control. It's almost like the last 3. So you can create a clone of yourself for the fish.
How do I make the fish go like this way? One way.
Go up to where it says control.
Mm-hmm.
And then You should go down and it should say create a clone of yourself.
Where do I put it?
Just put it under the when flag click. You can make a new one if you want.
This phone doesn't do anything. Why does the phone not do anything?
Create a clone and then have it do the same motion that the original one.
This fish.
Oh, okay. That's because. So don't have it do forever, because then it'll make like millions of them. And then just have it do the same thing as. See how you did the go to 200 and then the pick random? So you can do that for the clone.
Go to what?
The go to X and Y up at the top, the blue ones. So you can make a copy of that and do that for the clones as well. So if you do that, it'll just go to a certain place, but we want it to continue moving. So you can do
moving.
Yeah, so you have to do it forever and make it move.
Oh. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. This
Yeah, let me
fish
just,
doesn't do anything.
can you scroll left slightly? Oh, I think you left your code. Go to, try taking out the go to of the clone one. If you want, instead of creating the clone, you can just make another sprite with the exact same code. If the clone's giving you issues.
Why did it make another clone?
If you wanted to duplicate the same thing to get multiple different fish.
How do I make it not go random places?
How do you make it do what?
Why
Cause you're,
that?
you can have it bounce if it's on the edge, if you don't want it stopping every time.
What if I want it to go like that way and then just go
Like you wanted it to go like up and down or just
like This way and this way and this way.
Oh.
Okay, so you can have it glide to a random position.
No, I mean like just go like one single way. And if it touches the wall, it goes back and does it again.
Okay, so you can have it if touching edge.
If touching it. Then what do I do if it touches the edge?
And then you can have it bounce and then go back to the original position.
How do I bounce it?
What?
Is there like a bounce thing?
Yeah, there's an if on edge, then bounce. I think that's go onto the blue, the motion up at the top, and there should be a tile that says if on edge, bounce. So scroll down a little bit.
Nothing in
Instead of move, you can just make it glide. So like forever, just glide 2 seconds to a certain position.
Where should I
Just have it to a random position, and then include the if statement inside the forever.
I just wanted to go to one direction.
Oh,
Oh, that's what I said. Oh, really? How much fish are there?
do you want to try running your code? Because well, so if you do forever, go to a certain position, it'll always just stay there. If you say forever and then put go to, it'll just always stay in that position. So it won't move at all if you have a go to inside the forever.
Why is this not working?
Well, you have to take out the go to first because that's just going there forever, so it won't move.
This won't let me fit. Why is it minus
Oh, if you want it to, okay. Well, no, you can keep that inside the forever. Just reset the direction. That way it's pointing the other way. So have it do, yeah.
Yay! How do I just make it go like one way?
So you can set the direction. Oh no, go back to your code.
Why is it going weird again?
You can have it point in direction. So see how it says, oh, back in your code, in the blocks, it says point in direction. Near the bottom, right under the gliding ones.
What?
In the motion section, one of the blue blocks says point in direction. So you can point, oh, it's up at the top, like the dark blue ones. Okay, and then it says point in, yeah. Yeah, have it, well, when flag click, we want it to point in direction. We don't want it always pointing in direction 90, otherwise when it bounces, it won't. And take the point in direction out of the forever loop and have it right under the go to.
What?
Take the point in direction, the code that you're, the little block that you're on right now, and move it out of the forever loop. Like just take it right above it. Oh, just that one part, not the whole thing.
There. That?
Yeah, and try clicking the go button. Yeah, so now it's pointing the right way, and just have it go and see if it moves. Like try running it. It's not moving. Okay. You want to have it move steps. So
Oh.
in the forever, you have to have it move or glide to a random position.
Where's the step?
Are you looking for the steps? It's under motion. But you can have it glide too.
Wait, how? How do I?
So
Which one is it?
the blue ones at the top are for motion. So you can just go up a little bit
Oh.
and then have it move 10 steps.
Why is it bouncing?
Well, because that's what we have the if on
I
edge
know
bound. So if we don't have that in there, it will just go to the edge and stop, which is why we need to have something to keep it from going to the edge and just staying there. And then after it hides, you can have it go back to its original position. Well, we want it to move back to the place where it was first. So if you go into the motion, yeah, and just, oh no, you can go back up. And then have it go to where it was originally. So do you see the go to tile? Yeah, so you can take that. Oh, you can take it from the, okay, yeah. Just duplicate it.
All of this?
Oh, no, just the one statement. You can move that back out. Yeah. And then instead of touching shark, move it back up to, and then make sure it shows after you move the position. So one of the purple ones.
What?
Yeah, and then make sure it shows up again.
That's a bit fast. But my shark is still really slow. It like just moves that slow.
Like the mouse is moving slow, or when you press the keys, they're going slow?
The keys are going slow.
Okay, so then you can, every time each of the keys is pressed, you can change either the X or Y by more. So you can make it 15
20.
for each one. Okay, 20. Well, so for the key down, we want that
It's still
to act.
so slow. Look.
Oh.
It's going really slow.
What?
It's so slow. This goes slow. How fast?
Is that moving fast enough for you?
No, look how slow it is.
Okay.
I'm pressing it.
Well, I guess then you can increase how much it changes by then to a higher number that you like.
This?
Maybe what, sorry?
Maybe no.
Yeah, you can increase it to 30 if you want.
Can I see yours?
Yeah.
What do you have it at?
I just had, I'm going to resume presenting.
That's a lot of fish.
Okay.
There's one fish that's not moving.
Oh, I haven't started mine yet, see?
Huh?
So I just had it for the keys. I just had it changed by 10. And that's how mine moves.
So mine isn't. So if I changed it to 10, it just goes super slow. Did I change the shark?
Yeah, you would change the shark's motion so that it would be able to move. Oh, I meant you don't have to change the costume of the shark. You can just change the code within the shark.
Like yours is just 10 and mine is 20 and it's still really slow.
Really? I don't feel like it's really slow.
This is how slow it is. Look it. I'm actually pressing it right now. Wait, can you see mine?
You're pressing the WADNS and it's not moving?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it is moving, but like the tiny bit.
Okay. Try instead of keys, then maybe try the arrow. See if that. Oh, and you want to have it be a forever. Ah, that's what you're missing. A forever. So all 4 of the if statements, those should be in a forever because it only does it once otherwise.
So should I read
Well, you can keep them as the arrows. Okay, yeah, you can just.
Maybe that's why it's so.
Oh, okay. Now try it out and see.
Yay!
Oh, yeah. Now it works. Okay.
And but the fish isn't disappearing if it's touching.
So it's not seeing if it's touching the fish. Okay. So you can do forever if touching, like within this forever statement for the shark, you can do if touching the fish, then you increase your points, because I don't think your points are changing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Takes a change Y back into, yeah.
Yay! I'm pointing. Why is it increasing so much?
You're changing your score by 1. Go back to the fish. Are you also changing the score there too? Because it could be. Yeah, maybe take that out. Just have the hide. You don't need to take away the whole block. Yeah.
It's still going really high.
Okay.
Now I need more fish.
Yeah. Hide. I think hide and then have it go back to forever if touching shark, hide, and have it go back to where it
Oh
started.
yay! Perfect. It's hiding, but it's not giving me any.
Maybe make it wait 1 second before hiding.
How do I make it wait for 1 second?
So at the top where it says control, there's yeah. Yeah.
Not hiding.
I think it's taking too long to hide. Maybe change that to 0.5 seconds or something really short. Okay, so it looks like it's disappearing once it touches you.
Yeah, but now this score is still really high. It's still going really high.
Just have it wait 0.1 seconds.
Well, the score is still going high. I don't think that matters.
So go back to your shark and have it wait 1 second before it updates the score.
1 second?
Where's the part where you? Okay, yeah. If touching fish, maybe just wait 0.5 seconds and then change score by 1. Okay, so now it looks like it's updating correctly, like not too fast.
Maybe I'm gonna do it a little.
Yeah, you can make it a little faster if you wanted.
This is lagging. What if I just make something now the blackboard. Is there a way to duplicate them and make them do the same thing?
You could create a clone of it, or you could either just duplicate the code into different sprites.
So would I duplicate the?
You duplicate the fish, not the shark.
Well, would I duplicate the code?
Yeah, you could. So you can click on the fish, like
So I duplicate the fish clone code?
Yeah, so you would just right click on the fish and say duplicate. Were you able to get it?
Where's the duplicate?
It's not
Create
something that
clone.
you'd find in the code. Okay. Yeah, you could create a clone.
So then I just have to copy all of this into it?
Or you could just, so do you see at the bottom of the screen where it says shark and fish and it shows their little pictures?
Yeah.
You can just right click and then duplicate.
Oh,
Okay.
that's easier.
Yeah. And try running it to see.
This one doesn't do anything. Is
It's
there
only
one
one.
fish that doesn't do anything?
I'm trying to see which fish of yours. Try deleting
There's
the
only
third. Okay.
what if I just
Go into your fish. Oh,
the first fish? What fish is this?
stop your code and start
Oh,
it
maybe
again.
it's the clone. I think I actually did that.
Oh, okay. Stop it and run it again.
Yay, okay, now time to
Okay,
no,
wait,
they're
but
not.
it looks like some of them are still
Oh
staying
wait,
still.
no,
Oh,
no, that was because it was running. Wait, the
okay.
score is not going up.
Um,
Or maybe it's because there's all these
it's
different
touching
fishes
shark.
touching
Well,
fish.
because you need to say fish 2 or fish 3 or fish 4. So, yeah, just duplicate that one part of the code for all of the fish. Shelly, are you able to get, is yours working as well? Shelly?
Remember, I'm in.
Oh yeah, you're Min. I'm so sorry about that. Is yours working as well, Min? Sorry.
I haven't done the jellyfish.
You haven't done the
Oh,
jellyfish?
the jellyfish. Forgot about that.
And if you want to differentiate between the different fish, you can just change their costume. And then you can add a new costume and have that be the jellyfish and have it do the same motion, except when it touches the shark, it should lose points.
More fish. How do I make it? How do I make the fish start at different times?
So for fish 2 or 3 or whichever one, you can just say wait 1 second or have it wait 0.5 seconds so that they don't start all at the same time. So before the motion thing. So yeah, go to point and direction and then you can have it forever and then wait 0.5 seconds or how many ever seconds before the move 10 steps.
Where's the weight? Oh.
It's in motion, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It's up at the top, I think. Is it?
Not here.
Okay, 1 second, let me look for it. It's the first thing under control. It's one of the orange ones. Or the kind of light yellow, yeah. And then it's way up at the top. Wait 1 second. Yeah.
Mm.
And
All
yeah,
my fish are actually upside down.
wait, who said that?
My fish are actually upside down, but in the picture it's not because I
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that just depends on how you did the costume, like if you turned it a certain way.
why is so.
Okay, so it looks like they're starting to come in at staggered times. And we can also add,
More fish.
well, yeah, we can add a specific fish that makes the shark lose points. So we can change that
I'm
costume.
gonna change the costume first.
Yeah, that way you can differentiate something else.
Why is it upside down?
I
Why
think
is
because
it so huge?
I think it's because in your code before you had it flip direction.
Mm.
So for this one, you just flip direction to face the correct way.
How do I make it? Oh. Mm.
Oh, it looks like it's facing the right way on your screen.
Yeah, I fixed it. No. Is that a good size?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good size.
What the? My fish is going crazy.
Did you copy the code?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bad fish. Bad. Huh?
Instead of doing that, point in direction. Just have it point in direction. Don't have it point in any direction, maybe. Okay. Yeah, now try it.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Disappeared. Disappeared. Why is that fish going?
Go to X1, move 10 steps. So you see at the bottom of the screen where it says direction, I think that says 80 or something? Negative 90?
Mm-hmm.
Just have that go back to 90. Or just to reset it to whatever it was before.
It was 90. That invalid.
And then have it move
Why is this fish going crazy? Catfish. Crazy.
Oh, is it moving properly now, or was that just your cursor?
Catfish.
That was your cursor. Oh, okay.
Um. This is the worms. Why is it going? This blue fish is weird. What if I just change its costume?
I don't know if that would affect it. So,
Camera's on.
If you want, instead of having to deal with the costume, you can just completely create a new fish by doing the plus sign and making it as a whole new sprite, because you might have some direction issue. So you can just create a whole new sprite.
What?
You can just create a whole new sprite instead of having that, because it looks like you have an issue with the sprite itself. So you can just do the plus sign and make a new sprite.
Okay. Okay. So I just have to make a whole new sprite?
Yeah, but you can copy the code from the
Why are
first.
they called sprite?
I'm not sure what it's called sprite, actually. That's a good question. And Min, do you need any help with anything, or where are you at?
The shark's giving too many points again. If I just get one fish, it doesn't do anything. But if I get like 2 fish,
I'm gonna
it's
start
like
I'm gonna start the jellyfish now.
Okay. Do you need any help with that?
No.
Okay. So how all the other ones we increased the score? Basically, you would just be doing the opposite, right?
Negative.
Is there a jellyfish skin?
Yeah, there is one. You can just search up a new sprite and search fish, and then in the costumes you can switch it to jellyfish. Do you want to share your screen, Min?
No.
Okay.
201. Can I? Why do you change the score to 10 in the beginning?
Why did we change what?
The score to 10 in the beginning.
Well, we started it off by 100 because if we were to add the jellyfish and it would take off, let's say, 5 points, I didn't want the score to go negative. Like if you start off by touching.
Why is my thing says it's set the score to 100, but on the thing it says it's only like it set the score to 10.
Stop yours and start it again.
But 10.
10.
And this is 100.
Did you create a score variable anywhere else?
No.
Okay. Go back to the chart. Make that 100 because it just set score to 10 right now.
It's still 10. This is 1.
Oh, yeah. Now press the stop and start it again.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Where should the jellyfish? I need to.
The jellyfish, you'll get that by adding a new sprite and changing the costume.
I want to.
So if everyone wants to do that right now, we can just go ahead and
Where's the clone? There's no clone.
okay.
But
So
the
if
clone
everyone
actually
goes to the little plus here, I don't know if you guys can see my screen where it says choose a sprite. Just search up for fish. Oh, sorry. Search up for fish, and there should be one that says jellyfish. Does everyone see that?
Mhm.
Yeah, so you can click on that, and that'll be added as a sprite. And you can basically do the same code, except it has to do something different when it touches the shark.
I only have 3 fish. I have 4 down here though.
Does one of your fish not move? Oh, I think I just saw 4.
That's just
Oh, I think it's because you set it to start after a certain number of seconds, so that might be why. Because you don't see it at the start, but then it comes in later.
Oh, okay. How many fish?
Okay, so instead of that fish, okay, so that's a good amount of fish. Does everyone want to go ahead and add a jellyfish sprite? That way we can finish that up. That's probably going to be the last thing we do.
I need to make more fish.
Okay, well, we can make the jellyfish and then we'll make more of the regular fish later. But go ahead and click on the plus sprite. Yeah, and then search up jellyfish.
I have a big jellyfish.
Yeah, and you can change the size of that. So you can just make the size like 50 or something.
Okay. Oh, that looks weird.
And
you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen. You can just take one of the edges and shrink it. Oh. Or just set the size to fill. Okay, so I don't know if you can see your screen, but it got really tiny. So make it a little bit bigger. That's it. Or okay, maybe just a little smaller. That's good. That's perfect. And we're gonna copy our code that we used on the fish, except this time we're gonna make it lose points. So go back to your code. Can we all go back to the code? Hey guys, can we go back to the code tab? Cool, thanks. Okay, so you can copy the code from fish 2 or any of the fish. And
how do you copy a code? Like you just copy it like using
you can actually just duplicate the sprite.
Oh.
Just duplicate the sprite and then change the costume to the jellyfish.
How do you change the costume to a different scene?
Go back into the costumes. Oh. And then the plus sprite at the bottom. Do you see the little cat with the circle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not here. On the left side corner.
Oh.
And then just search up the jellyfish there.
Ooh. Oh. Are we gonna try to change the jellyfish or not?
Well, don't delete your. Okay, yeah. We don't really have a lot of time left, but basically, what we do is we would just update the score to lose points instead of gain points. So I think maybe we could try to work on that at the next time.
Here, my jellyfish isn't appearing.
Where's what?
My jellyfish isn't appearing.
Well, that's because we haven't coded anything for it, but I think we could do that next time because it looks like we're kind of out of time. But does anyone have any more questions left? Min or anyone? Min, do you have any questions?
No.
No? Well, I think we can stop there and the jellyfish is something that